All right, and we're back. We are live again. How is everybody doing out there in YouTube land? That's what they call it, right? YouTube land. All right, so got not only myself here, but I've got my lovely puppy. Let me turn off my watch page. My lovely puppy is here too. Ralphie's here, y'all. There he is. Say hello, Ralph, to YouTube land. Hi, everybody. Ralphie. I'm Ralphie the Piggy. That's how he sounds. All right. So I got the Biggie baby here. He's here. He's getting bigger by the day. And he had a wonderful Christmas. Got lots of different puppy toys to play with. They're scattered all over the floor. And so me and the pup thought we would do a open topic stream tonight. A little question and answer, jump around from topic to topic. I realized the last 3 streams I've been busting dirty shill bags and being all serious and shit. So I thought tonight we could have some fun, cut loose, talk about all sorts of different stuff. So that was the plan tonight. And I got a super chat coming in right out of the gate. Says from Lintaway Air Duct Cleaning. Says Jake and Ralphie, legendary combo. Thank you very much, Lintaway Duct Cleaning. I remember it used to be Lintaway Air Duct Cleaning, right? Now it's just Lintaway Duct Cleaning. It's like you're shortening the name. All right, Jake and Ralphie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Getting us started. I even had a super chat before the stream started. Let me go back all the way and see if I can find that, unless it's gone already. Shit. I think it's gone now, but I had a super chat before the stream even started. So whoever sent that super chat, I can't remember your name off the top of my head. Thank you for sending that one before the stream started. All right. So tonight, I thought we would go ahead and do a little open stream. Got Rocky here. What's the definition of a woman? Oh man, that's hard. It's like a man, but like she has a womb and thingies. Yeah, like a woman is like a really she's got like she doesn't have a wiener. That's right. Yeah. A woman is a girl who doesn't have a wiener. Yeah. And she has thingies, dumbass. Don't forget. Yeah. And she's got thingies. A woman is a girl who doesn't have a wiener. Yeah. And she's got thingies. Ooh, yeah. Boing. There you go. Getting started tonight with a little Beavis and Butthead, unexpectedly. All right. Andy here. She says hi. Andy's here. She says an adult female. She's answering the question seriously. Jonna here, who's saying hi to Andy. Hi, Jonna. Hi, Andy. Glad y'all could make it tonight on a lovely night after Christmas. And Suzanne here says hi, Jake and everyone. Hi, Suzette Ann. Suzette-Ann. Misanthropic here tonight, and later on in the stream, once everyone has shown up and got settled, I will be going over your story. And so tonight it's going to be a mixed bag. I hope to make you guys laugh and make you guys think, and then later on might get a little sad. You might actually shed a tear and cry. That's right. We're going to visit all the emotions tonight here live. Should be a lot of fun. Sunflower says hi, Ralph. Ralph's like all tired and curled up in his bed. Look at him. Ah, he wants to go to sleepy, huh? Am I being too loud? Look at that baby. I got footage of me and Ralph going to the beach for the first time, and I'm going to be putting that on his YouTube channel. So I need to do that, is create his channel and then start uploading shit on it. So that's the next thing I do, build the dog a channel, and then you can see all the cute stuff me and Ralph do, or that Ralph does while I watch him do it. There you go, boy. Okay. So with that said, let's get started, shall we? Plays in the Dirt says Ralphie needs hot dogs. Thanks for the chuckles, Jake. Driving and listening in. I don't want to give Ralph hot dogs because the ingredients aren't good, and that was a mistake I made with the last dog. You know, giving him treats. So instead, I want to just keep him focused on regular meat. You know, chicken and beef, and keep the fillers and the all those extra ingredients that they include, you know, in store-bought dog food. I want to keep that mainly out of his diet and see if I can't get, you know, the most life out of my dog that I can, and keep him away from any health problems for as long as possible. So I will thank you, but I'm gonna use the money not for hot dogs, but instead more beef and chicken, because he eats it up. All right. I do a mixture, so I give him some raw beef, and I, when it comes to cooked, like if I'm gonna buy like a big batch of chicken, like for instance, you can get chicken legs for cheap, and I can put them in a crock pot overnight on slow cook, and then I can remove all the bones real easy, and then it just leaves a bunch of meat that I can then mix in with like other stuff. Like I try to find other stuff that you can mix in with filler too, like carrots or brown rice or something like that. But anyway, so I try to just feed him stuff where I know what he's getting and he's not getting any extra stuff. All right. Lintaway says, any open chat tonight? Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about lots of different stuff. I got a few topics I can throw at you, but I didn't want to make it like a whole episode where I'm busting shill bags and being all angry and serious, because I did that like last time and the time before. And so when I went back and I watched my stream, I was like, man, I was all like angry and kind of serious for a lot of that. So tonight I thought I'd, you know, lighten it up and we could talk about some different stuff and just see what happens, you know. And I got a few different topics that I did want to cover. So I guess one thing I wanted to start with, because I thought it was kind of funny, and I'm sure you guys probably heard about this. Did you guys hear that the Hawk Tuah whore, excuse me, Hawk Tuah girl, was involved in a crypto scam? Did you guys hear about that? Hawk Tuah crypto scam? Imagine that. A girl who made a joke about giving head and spitting on a dick created a crypto coin, or was involved with some people who created a crypto coin and paid her to endorse it. And then guess what? They didn't all get rich, everyone who invested in it, only the people who created it and ran off with the money. Wow. Consider me shocked. Let's hear a little bit about this Hawk Tuah crypto scam. But basically, in a nutshell, there's people who come up with an idea to create a coin and then get a celebrity or D-lister to endorse it. And they offer them a chunk of money or a cut of the money. And then once the money gets initially invested and the coin begins to grow in worth, what they do is they pull out all the money and then they exit the scene, and then the worth of the coin, the value of the coin plummets. And then everyone who invested in it basically gets boned. It's called a rug pull crypto scam. So the Hawk Tuah girl, yeah, her 15 minutes of fame are ending in a crypto scam. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
I think it's a great idea.
I figured this would be a fun way to start the show. Some 15-minute whore bag gets exposed as a scammer. We can all make fun of her and the people who invested in this coin.
The Hawk Tuah coin. You are having a really bad weekend. I'm going to talk to you in a second, but first I want to catch everyone else up. If you don't know, the artist formerly known as Hawk Tuah Girl, the lady with the most lucrative loogie, aka Miss Haley Welch, is in big trouble because she got her big old talons invested in a little crypto project, affectionately referred to as Hawk Tuah coin. I don't think that's the actual name, but that's what I'm going to call it going forward. The general opinion is that it was a scam, and if you want the nuanced details about that, you can head over to CoffeeZilla's channel because no one is doing a better job covering off on the details of the scam than him, and I'm not going to pretend that I will. I feel for everyone that bought Hawk Tuah coin. I really do. They woke up on Friday thinking they're going to have a regular weekend, and then they went on TikTok, they went on Instagram, they might have went on their favorite streamer stream, and they swiftly found out one way or another, everybody hates you.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
Basically, this coin was launched and then very quickly lost about 90% of its value. It went.
You guys, can you believe that? The people who invested in Hawk Tuah coin, they lost their money. Wow. You know, it's kind of hard to feel bad for these people. It's almost like, hey, if you invest your money in something called a Hawk Tuah crypto coin, well, then you are the definition of a sucker and then some. And so you don't deserve to have that money that you invested into it. So in a way, it's a valuable lesson for people to learn. Like, don't invest your money into shit coins. And crypto, as far as it goes, if you don't get in early or when it's down low, you can get beat down real bad. So, and the government's got their finger in crypto, by the way. So I had my my fair share of crypto ups and downs. So I definitely know how the shit works, and I know that there's an evil side to it where people just lose piles of money. So it's kind of funny to find out that the girl who made a joke about spitting on a dick, this is where her 15 minutes of fame ends, right here. That's how it ends. Dude, I'm gonna make me $1 billion. You know that one little cute girl who done made that joke about spitting on a dick, the Hawk Tuah girl? She done created a crypto coin. She sure did. And I'm gonna invest all my money into it. And then when it goes up, that's when I'm gonna sell and I'm gonna be a millionaire. You know, Hawk Tuah girl, you know that crypto coin is going to the moon and shit. Like, who are these people investing in that coin, right? That's just a person I made up. That's about how stupid you'd have to be, right? To put your money in that. Jim Varney. Oh, man. I have to kind of remember how he was. Vern, you know what I mean, Vern. Vern. Now that dumb crypto girl. Ew. Hawk Tuah crypto girl. Ew. Vern, let me tell you what, Vern. Don't go investing in that, Vern. I don't know. I can't really remember all the nuances of Jim Varney. It's been a long time since I've watched Ernest Does Anything. Probably been like 15 years to 20 years since I actually watched Ernest do something. So it's kind of tough. All I remember is Vern and ew. All right. How about that, you guys? Invest in a Hawk Tuah coin, and you might lose your money. It's good to know. It's good to know. Now I won't be tricked by something like that in the future. Hopefully, you guys won't either. Right? We're learning lessons today. That's right. It's open topic. Lesson learning. Don't put your money into slut coins. right? You've heard of shit coins? This is one of those a dumb slut coin. Don't put your money in slut coins. All right? That's what I always heard. All right. Just another shit coin. Indeed. Indeed. All right. So who did I want to bust tonight? I did have a couple of shitbags I wanted to bust, but I wanted to do it in a fun way that's funny for the audience. And so beings that I came up with this idea, and then a friend of mine, Q and Fee, made it happen. And I know a lot of you guys have never seen this. I'm going to go ahead and show a clip from a video that Q and Fee made, but it was my idea that he make it. And he actually did a way better job than I thought he would do. So let me go ahead and pull that one up. Cue it all up for you. So here's the story. There's a couple of shitbags, Ronnie and Jason. They call themselves Team Kawasaki, Yahashawasha I. And they claim that that I am friends with all the shills. So they basically like to slander me and my name. And they basically slander me to the point where for me to go through their 2-hour stream about me, where they lied about me over and over and break it down, it would just be boring. So instead, I'm going to show them who they're messing with. I'm going to show them who's boss right now. So here's Jason and here's Ronnie. And I told Q and Fee that if he was to put Jason and Ronnie in the ambiguously gay duo skit, that would be some funny shit. And guess what Q and Fee did, y'all? Away we go.
Alrighty, la chiquita.
Oh, started it in the wrong spot. 1 second. There we go.
Gay duo, the ambiguously gay duo. They are busy on email, come on, they are fighting over time to save the day. They're extremely close to an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay. They're ambiguously gay. The ambiguously gay duo. The ambiguously gay duo. The ambiguously gay duo. They are taking on evil, come on, May. They are fighting all crimes to save the day. They're extremely close in an ambiguous way. They're ambiguously gay duo.
So this is Jason right here, and this is Ronnie, and they live together, and they have lived together for years. Not a woman in sight between these two. And they finish each other's sentences. They never disagree with each other. And they have the same haircut and hairstyle, and they do every stream together. So what does that tell you? If I said, hey, there's these dudes who live together, complete each other's sentences, never disagree, and there's never a woman around, and they are always together, and they always stream together, what would you say that those two guys are?
I'm not a fan of the cold whatsoever.
I'm not into it either.
No, it's
It's really nicer to have a place that doesn't really go below freezing.
Hello? Anyone here?
No, that's the taste of my nuts! Are you dumb? No, you utter fool!
Yeah, but
There's that stutter again, bitch! How do you like the taste of my balls? Yeah, they taste as my balls.
yeah, but
Would I be stuttering in person? You stupid. And boom boom like bouncy balls. Down go boom boom. Go down go boom boom, my friend. Go down go boom boom now, is it? Go boom boom. Going down go boom boom. Going down go boom boom. You stupid shit. Now I'd like to know how my balls taste.
I would love to taste his balls, Jason.
Yeah, me too.
Yum, 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 yum. Nathan Oakley is Yahweh.
Nathan Oakley.
Yahweh.
Nathan Oakley forevermore.
Yahweh. So we are the homosexuals that have been talking about being homosexuals.
Raging homosexuals. We're going to hate the women the most.
IPS, satanic snot-nosed kid.
Asleep Souls eats penguin shit.
IPS, satanic snot-nosed kid.
I don't know how
Go
he does
here,
it.
Ronnie. Your birthday present. What is it? Your crystal pole, also known as the South Pole. And don't try it on yourself because your ass will explode. Here, take this and put it between those globes. Oh, thank you. You want to try it out? I already did, Ronnie. And my ass still hurts, Ronnie. Oh, what a beautiful fountain. Wow, let's do it again, Ronnie. Normally, we use lubrication. Yeah, we do.
All right, that's the first episode. I'm thinking that that the ambiguously gay duo might come back for an episode number 2 later on tonight, but some people couldn't handle it. And he's like, that's enough. I thought it was funny. I told Q and Feet that if he put Ronnie and Jason, if he put their faces on the ambiguously gay duo from the Saturday Night Live skit, that would be pretty funny. And he actually went above it. I thought he would do it for 10 seconds or whatever on a couple little scenes, but he did almost an entire episode. And so hats off to Q and Feet for putting in the time and effort to make those guys look like the Fig Newtons that they are. Everybody laugh at Ronnie and Jason. A couple of Fig Newtons. There you go. All right. Jason and Ronnie have seen it. Yes. They like to play it off and be like, Q and Face sits around and watches softcore porn. Like, no, dude. He put your faces on the ambiguously gay duo, and it's funny. I told him to do it. That's how I know. Turned out good. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, Holden, it's the day after Christmas. You have to wait until next year to wish me Christmas. Okay? Just kidding, buddy. Or am I? All right. Hit the like button if you guys are having fun, like Davey D says. We're doing a little open chat, open topic. I'm going to play some random videos here, there, everywhere. So, should be fun tonight. And I got some serious stuff to cover too. It's going to be fun and serious. Happy, sad, all that, y'all. Merry belated Christmas to everyone. Christmas is over, exactly. This guy says, you're all friends off stream. Who are you talking to? Me? My audience? The people I'm showing? If you try and say that I'm friends with these shill bags, then you're a fucking liar. Because that's what Ronnie and Jason say, that I'm friends with all the shill bags. Meanwhile, they went on the Baby Truther show and hung out with Jaron and Dave. Meanwhile, I was the guy that busted the Baby Truther show and basically got them to stop doing it. So Ronnie and Jason will go hang out on the Baby Truther show. But then they'll be like, Jake is friends with all the shills. I don't even have time to go over all their lies because that's all they do anymore is just lie. I even heard Ronnie say, I was the one who taught Jake about the NFL being rigged. No, you didn't. You don't even have one NFL rigged video, dipshit. So they want me to stop what I'm doing, busting the shills, and focus on them. So instead, I'm just going to show the ambiguously gay shit and say, ha ha, you guys are fig Newtons. Blow it out your ass. So, hey, if you are part of that crew, Florida man, why don't you go crawl up their ass, bro? Better yet, why don't you show your face and make a video about it? Now, if I have your position incorrect, go ahead and let me know. He says, Jake, you need to change your YouTube name when you hit 100K. When I got the plaque, one of the first things it tells you, they're going to spell check and review your name. Yeah, I've already been thinking that a name change is in order because I'm kind of sick of having the asshole in the name. Anyway, it just like doesn't really fit anymore. And when I created the channel, I didn't understand that like I was going to be doing this all these years later. You know, I was just a dude in my living room firing up my phone, speaking my mind. I didn't think like ahead that like, oh yeah, one day I'm going to be nearing 100K and don't want anyone to like who's a human to review the name and kick me off. Yeah, I was. So not just that, but I'm kind of sick of, you know, people saying the same thing like, oh, your name suits you. Oh, you should call yourself Jake the asshat. You should call yourself Jake the fucking idiot piece of shit. It's like, so I'll just take the asshole out, you know, and try and figure out something else. I just haven't figured out exactly what. So that actually has been part of the plan. I just dragged my feet a lot. So yeah, if you guys show up and see that I've changed the name and updated everything, well, then you'll know that I finally did that. Trixie Andrews says, Jiren is sad. Duffy did not pay him that money, apparently. No, Jiren is playing up his role. He got back home from Antarctica. He's plastered all over the news articles, and he gaslit the fuck out of his audience the whole time and bashed them the whole time. He's such a dick. And he mainly just has globers and hate watchers now. And then anyone left actually supporting him, holy shit, they're morons who deserve to be duped and have their time wasted. So anyone still over there, still listening to him after he did what he did, well, have fun with that. I'm on record calling him a shill back in 2017. So, you know, just been proven right over and over and over and over again. And I've told you so over and over and over again to the point where I just don't need to tell you so anymore, do I? Or do I? All right. I was thinking of going over Jaren's last stream because it was just full of lies and garbage and gaslighting. And I thought, you know what? It'll take me like 3 hours to get through his stream or longer. And I'll be irritated and pissed off the whole time. So I was like, screw it. I'm not going to do it. I'm rigged says Trump presents Goatus as the new U.S. health minister. Ha 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 ha. I posted a video over there on the Goatus parody channel. It's a re-upload from the Primal Bell parody channel. It was a good one where Jazz spills the beans about Goatus. So his black girlfriend, former black girlfriend, spilled the beans about his murder plot. And so I posted that. So if you haven't seen that, go check out the Goatus parody channel. And those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, yeah, just don't worry about it. It's too much to explain. All right. And thank you for the donation. I'm rigged. You donate pretty frequently, and I appreciate the support. Bernie J says, why does Flat Earth have no clear motive? That's a strange question. If the Earth is flat, are you asking the Earth itself why it has no clear motive? So you're asking a question of the Earth, or are you asking me what the Earth thinks? Would you like me to ask the Earth, hey, Earth, what's your motive here? Oh, well, the Earth says that its motive is to enslave you in your soul into a never-ending hellish soul trap that you're going to repeat for eternity. Oh, excuse me. It said no motive. Just kidding. Or am I? Thank you, Bernie J. All right. I'm Riggs says, damn, bro, I was looking for an impression. Oh, an impression? I didn't know you requested something that required me to do an impression. Let me go back and read your super chat again and see what I can make of it. I didn't know that it was a request for an impression. Let me try again. Trump presents Goatus as the new U.S. health minister. Oh, okay. You presented me a situation, and I totally just read it and didn't even think about that. All right. Let me see if I can make this happen. I am very pleased as your favorite president and the greatest president of the greatest country that there ever was to introduce your new U.S. health minister. He's here to fight the dirty deep state. He's here to help me drain the proverbial swamp. Please welcome Health Minister Goatus. Hi, everyone. I am so glad to hold this position. One of the reasons why you are all literally mentally ill is because you do not eat raw meat on a regular basis. If you would only eat raw meat and raw organs, literally everything in your life would change for the better. And that is exactly why I appointed this man to be your U.S. health minister. I want every American to be as healthy as possible. I want everybody to be as healthy and mentally sane as Goatus here. Some say he once tried to set his own infant son on fire by hiring a hitman, but that's all allegedly, like what allegedly was said about me. You can't trust anyone, all right? There you go. I think that's sufficient. All right. I think I got a video that you guys might find amusing. You might. Let's see here. All right, you guys. Here we got Richie from Boston accusing Jeranism of being a traitor. The actual Richie from Boston. It's not even like a parody video here. This is actual Richie from Boston calling out Jeranism. Let's hear him out, you guys.
So for anybody that has seen the final experiment proving that the flat earth is completely fraudulent, Jeranism has put that out and it's already been pulled apart completely. From telling us that it's so cold that they can't take deep breaths because it'll hurt their lungs, yet there's zero condensation coming out of their mouths as they're talking. Until, of course, that happens. Do you see what I'm saying? In order to have a fake alien invasion, which it appears they're setting up for, you have to first go after the flat earth community. Because if 3 out of 10 people don't believe in outer space, how are you going to pull off an alien invasion? You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what they're doing right now. Jeranism, deep inside the rabbit hole, David Weiss and their pals are complete and utter traitors. They're not sellouts or shills, they're traitors.
No, they are shills. They've been actors since the beginning. So don't try and act like they were once legit. So Richie from Boston has chummed it with David Weiss and had him like on his channel or show, whatever, a few different times. And so he's just now coming out and calling them traitors. No, they're shills from the beginning. So don't try and water it down like they got paid off or tricked once they got to Antarctica with Will Duffy. But there you go. The actual Richie from Boston calling David Weiss and Jaron traitors.
Like I've been telling you, they're traitors. They have secret Chinese drones that flew up their asshole and implanted nano AIDS. And that is what convinced them under MK Chinese Ultra to become traitors. That is why I'm sitting here vaping in my truck. That is how I know that they were faking their breath in Antarctica. I am the vape master. You cannot fool me with a vape pen and tell me that you were in Antarctica. No friggin' way. They're trying to trick people about the alien invasion.
See Me Roland says, Jake, why are you an a-hole? I am to people who don't like me or who don't like what I have to say. But for those of you who enjoy my impressions, my comedy, my truth, my message as a whole, well, then you guys know I'm not an a-hole. And I'm a pretty damn good dude. I'm a stand-up guy. And I do what's right. More so than most people you're going to come across. Now, I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes from time to time. But for the most part, I'm not an a-hole. When I created the channel, I had got kicked out of a group on Facebook. This is many years ago, 2016. I got kicked out of a Facebook group called the Asshole Group, where everybody would just make fun of each other and say whatever they wanted. And once I started talking about the earth being flat, they all started trolling me and they kicked me out of the Asshole Group. So I dubbed myself the Flat Earth Asshole just because I needed a name. And I didn't know, like I said, that, you know, a decade later, basically, that I would be doing this for a living and that name would still be sticking with me. So anyway, so I'm thinking so when I changed it from Flat Earth Asshole to Jake the Asshole, now I'm thinking I'll change it to something else. You know, Jake this, that, or the other. And then nobody will have to associate me with an asshole anymore, unless they really want to. All right. There you go. The actual Richie from Boston acting like Jaron's just a traitor, but he's not calling him an actor, which is what he really is. Eric Green says, can you live okay on 81K subs here? Well, I live in California where everything's expensive. And so if you wonder why I'm in an office, well, an office like the one I'm in is cheaper than renting an apartment. So if you rent an apartment, they want to know like how much money you make, and like you have to make 3 times the rent. And then they raise the rent on you every year until you can't afford to live there anymore. And so then you're stuck in a situation like you're going to go rent a room from a person. Then you have to do like a roommate thing. So anyone wonder why I'm in an office? It's because I run my business out of this office and I live out of the office. And it's like I'm a 24-hour news / comedy channel. And the owner of the building doesn't mind if you're here working. And so I'm always working. See how that works? You got to get creative in California. So to answer your question, I make enough to not have to go get a slave job. And I've had slave jobs that made me miserable. So I'm able to slip by doing this and not be miserable. So I get to be myself for a living. But, you know, I drive a old Toyota Sienna and I live here. So there's been people who are like, you're a shill because you have an office. I'm like, you don't know what the rent situation is like in California. So yeah, one guy tried to claim that because I have an office, that's how he knew I was a shill. I was like, if I had a house, that would make me not a shill? Do you know how much houses cost? A shitty house in California in a shitty town, it's like 250 grand. So yeah, I don't have a 250 grand fucking house. Like the shittiest houses are over 200 grand. So people are like, yeah, you're a government shill. You have an office. I'm like, this office is because rent is too damn expensive in a fucking 1-bedroom apartment. Patriot Game says, FEA, why didn't you take up Jaren on his challenge and you could get him to leave YouTube with 3 inches? I'm sure you would have beat him. So guys, Patriot Games is paying $5 to ask me why I didn't partake in a penis measuring contest with an actor, a government agent. He's asking why I didn't measure penises with a government agent. He's paying his money to hear the answer. Well, you see, Patriot Games, I didn't want to forever be known as the guy who participated in a YouTube penis measuring contest with a government agent. So let's suppose Jaren has a gigantic dick. Am I going to give away my YouTube channel? Am I going to like quit forever because Jaren has a monster dick? Jaren's wife cheated on him in his bed, and he admitted that. So I guess his monster dick isn't really that important to some people. So why are you here asking about why I didn't measure dicks with the world's most hated piece of shit flat earth actor cuck? That's a better question, Patriot Games. Why are you here paying your money to ask me why I didn't do that? That's a good question, right? Strange indeed. I mean, thank you for the donation and all, but yeah, I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel like it. How's that answer? Maybe Jaren's dick is just so big that I thought I would lose all my channel and all my videos. And I thought, hey, that's not worth it. Oh, and it's really fucking gay and ridiculous. So because of that reason, I decided not to. How's that? And I guess Jaren's huge monster dick isn't enough for his whore wife who cheated on him in his bed with his best friend. All right. All right, if you guys are having fun, hit the thumbs up button. We're having a whole lot of fun right now. Whole lot of fun right now. If you're having some fun, hit the thumbs up because we're having some fun right now. All right, we got, let me see how many people have hit the thumbs up so far. 157. Go ahead and get me to 200 thumbs up right about now because we got like almost 400 watching. So get me to 200 thumbs up right now because I know you guys are holding out on me. Just quickly, boop, do the little dip, give me the little boop, and then that's that. It'll be easy. 200 thumbs up right now, holding the stream hostage. Holding the stream hostage till we get there. Prior to 2020, I used to do decent. I was never like a total poontang slayer, but I did okay. But then after 2020, I noticed a significant drop off in the poontang department. And it was because there used to be women who I could tolerate for a night who were maybe lefties and didn't think the way I thought, but I could tolerate them for a night. But after 2020, when they started wearing masks and demanding that you have a V, well, now I can't tolerate them for a night. See what I'm saying? So there used to be a bigger pool of women I could tolerate for a night. Whereas after 2020, 2021, if you got on a dating app, it was like if a chick had on a mask and it said her V status and her booster status. Well, I don't care how cute she might be underneath that mask. Nope. Right? So I noticed the poontang kind of dropped off rapidly after like 2020. Now it still exists, but it seemed to drop off mainly because of that charade. Rose knows what's up. Basically, yeah. And likewise, they don't like guys like me. The vexed poontang also ain't trying to get with dudes like me. And it's kind of hard to hide like what I do. So it takes like the right person to be interested in me. So anyway. No, I didn't. I still have basically all my crypto. And so I'm up on my investment again. So I was up on my investment when I bought it and it went up on the last bull run 4 years ago. And then I held on to it too long and then it plummeted, but I never sold. I just held on to it. So I got to see my balance be about worth about half as much as I invested. And then when Bitcoin shot back up to 100K, I opened up my wallet and I was like, oh, look, there's all my money and then some. And then I'm like, should I sell and take profit? Or should I wait? So I've been waiting and now it's going back down, but I'm still up. So I'm back in the up department, but I'm thinking we're going to get one more boost. And then maybe I'm going to finally sell and take profits and be smart about it. Next time I see that I'm in the good profit zone and things are looking good, like next time it pumps, I'm thinking people after holidays and shit are over, after New Year's are over, we're going to get one more pump again. And then I'm thinking we might get the crash. So just before the crash, I'm thinking I'm going to sell out. And then I'm going to wait for it to fucking crash. Because it's going to crash back down to like 40K or something. At some point, that shit's going to go right back down to like 40. And then it'll be stuck there maybe for 3-4 years. It's my guess. I'm just guessing. So I haven't sold any, and I'm still sitting on all my original shit. So still, I'm up a little bit right now. I don't want to have to wait another 4 years, though, being down. So I'm hoping that we get one more pump past 100K, like maybe it'll go up to like 110K and then it'll fucking plummet. So I'm going to get out right around before it plummets. That's my plan. But if I screw around and miss my exit, I'll just wait 4 more years for it to go back up again. But I don't want to get into crypto shit because it's a boring conversation and a lot of people don't like crypto. And so I don't want to even get into all that shit. If you got it and you're making money, good for you. If you don't got it and you don't like it, I totally understand. That's why I shut up about it and stopped talking about it. All right. So what else do you guys want to talk about? Throw some subjects at me. Our World Ascension says you need Slavic booty. Hey, you know, if she's looking good and she's into goofy white dudes, then I'm down. Do you know any Slavic booty you could hook me up with? What's my take on the lights in the skies? I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary lately. Granted, I haven't been walking around at night, just like constantly looking up all night. But when I am outside at night, I haven't seen anything that makes me like go, oh, what's that? Or, oh, that's must be a drone or whatever. And Shay is coming in with a generous donation. Says, I love Jake. Oh, well, that is very sweet of you, Shay. I know it's been a while since you've been around here, so I appreciate the donation. And I hope you are doing well, and I hope your family had wonderful Christmas and holidays. That would be the original Shay, I'm guessing. Unless somebody else loves me that much, who also is named Shay. She says it's her. Izzy Texas, who do you think is the sleeper team from the NFC? I think that the Eagles, now that they have Barkley, if they were to rerun Eagles Chiefs again, that they could probably get a ton of money on the Chiefs. And then this time with Barkley, they could have the Eagles beat them. So I wouldn't be shocked if they did an Eagles Chiefs rematch, but this time the Eagles have Barkley to punch them in the face with. And so theoretically, this time the Eagles could slip past them just barely with the addition of their Pro Bowl running back. So I'm considering them letting the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl and then lose, because I would figure that the money on the Chiefs is going to be so heavy. I don't see a three-peat. So I see the Chiefs exiting either AFC Championship or getting beat in the Super Bowl. But I don't see the Chiefs three-peating because I think there's too much money that's already been put into place on that. And by the time they get to the Super Bowl, I think there'll be way too much money on the Chiefs and everyone figuring it's a foregone conclusion. Now, I could always be wrong. I have been wrong on several football games, but I'd be willing in this case, if Kansas City gets to the Super Bowl against anybody, I'm going to have to take whoever else it is besides Kansas City. But as far as a sleeper, I'm thinking the Eagles. And since they just lost that last game that they were in, that might be the NFL taking money off of the Eagles. Like they don't want you to see the Eagles as a threat. So they had them lose that last game to Washington. So that might make them that perfect team that no one's expecting to slip past Detroit, right? Slip past Minnesota. And then maybe possibly you get a Chiefs-Eagles rematch. And then this time the Eagles can get past them. This is all theoretical. I could be way off. I'm thinking that the Lions come up short. I'm thinking on the NFC side, the Lions are the darlings of the league. Everyone's in the Lions corner. The Lions fan base has doubled, maybe tripled. I think that the money on them is going to be pretty big as well. And so an exit like in the second round, maybe even, it happens. You got, or an NFC championship exit again. Now, if they go Lions versus Chiefs, that's like the only situation I'm going to back the Lions. If it's Lions Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I'll back the Lions, figuring there's going to be more money on the Chiefs. and that they won't do the three-peat. If the Lions go up against basically anyone else in the Super Bowl, then I'm probably going to take the other team. All right, I got to do a little bit of NFL talk tonight because it is an open panel. And so I'm going to try and please everyone tonight. But I'm going to change subjects throughout the stream, as I have been. I've already covered several different subjects, from the Hawk Tuah coin scam to Richie from Boston calling Dave Weiss and Jaron traitors, to NFL shit. Somebody said I'm missing super chats. Hold on, let me go back and see what super chats I missed. Sometimes I ramble and miss super chats. Lord, I was born a rambling man. What do I think? Oh, I read that one. And I got Shay's super chat. So I guess I missed one before that. Oh, there's one from Shay again. Thank you, Shay. I didn't know you donated twice. It's very sweet of you. John Gannon says, was it the Morgile she cheated with? No, it wasn't. It was a different guy, apparently, that Jaron's wife cheated with. The video is out there of Jaron admitting the whole thing. He doesn't like that he admitted the whole thing and that somebody screen recorded it, but it's out there. It might even be somewhere on my channel. And you might even be able to find it somewhere else out there on YouTube. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, right? Okay, I think this is the only super chat that I missed. I'm scrolling back even farther. I think I'm caught up now. If I missed anyone else's, please let me know. Got some new ones coming in. Got a super sticker from Danny Diesel. Thank you, Danny Diesel, for the super sticker. I super appreciate that. Kevin Arnold, not from the Wonder Years, but Kevin Arnold from my YouTube audience, coming in with a donation. But I always think of the Wonder Years every time he donates or comments. I'm like, look, guys, it's Kevin Arnold, not from the Wonder Years. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Perpetually Prevail says, I woke up in Eve, not Adam today. Oh, that sounds like a personal problem, sir. Good luck to you. All right. Michael Busta says, it's my fault that I brought up women, dude. You will find one soon. You have a sweetheart, homie. Yeah, I hope so. And I hope it's not when I'm like super old or whatever, you know, like those people who are like, you know, in their late 80s and then they like find the love of their life. And then after all of your awesome fucking skills have declined. I hope before all my awesome fucking skills decline that I can find the right one. If the right one comes along, you know, long after my dick stops working and I've lost all my great fucking skills, that would suck. Did I mention I have great fucking skills? I'm a pretty talented dude. Wink, wink. All right. Okay, got to do something now that is a bit on the sad side. In fact, it's really sad. But I got to show some real news. Real news happens, you guys. And so if you ever hear someone say that everything on the news, on TV, is fake, well, that's not true. Tragedies do occur, real tragedies that happen to real people. And the news does report sometimes real tragedies. So you might have known somebody who tragically died, and you know that they're not an actor or a world stage person or a shill or whatever. So you might know somebody from your hometown, neighborhood, what have you, your family, who died, and then they did a news report and mentioned it. And so got some sad news. I'm going to show the news report, and then we'll talk more about it. So sometimes, you guys, the news is real, and this is one of those cases, sadly. I wish I could tell you that it's all fake, but it's not all fake. Sometimes it is real. So everybody open up your hearts and your minds. Got a serious story to bring you here.
A 2-year-old girl is dead after a truck caught on fire here on the Boise Bench. I'm your Boise Bench neighborhood reporter, Jessica Davis, learning more about the victims involved and getting reactions from neighbors who were among the first to call 911.
So I noticed the flames and I heard screams. So I ran outside. But by the time I got out there, it totally engulfed in flames.
Myron Boland lives on Edgemont Street on the Boise Bench and heard a loud pop Thursday morning. When he went to check it out, he saw this pickup truck covered in flames.
I called 911, but apparently someone had just before me.
We now know there were 3 children in the car when it went up into flames. Boise police say the parents who were nearby were able to save a 10-month-old, a 4-year-old, but a 2-year-old girl who was in the back seat died in the fire. The 4 surviving family members were taken to the hospital with injuries.
Well, I knew that they had children, so I was hoping that they didn't have kids in the car. And it looked like the dad, he was away from the car, so I was kind of assuming that they had already gotten the kids out, or at least hoping that. But emergency vehicles were here really quickly.
The scene surrounding West Irving and North Manville Street saw a massive response Thursday morning from police, fire, and paramedics.
Didn't quite realize how close it was until I walked outside and saw 4 houses away. It was maybe a minute before all the ambulances started arriving, and then everything was kind of blocked off, couldn't see anything.
Police spent hours on the scene talking to neighbors. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but at this time, officials say it seems accidental.
This is the first time in my life where I heard screams and I didn't get up and run to help. I don't know why I didn't. And I didn't know anybody was hurt. I feel terrible about that.
The Boise fire chief issued a statement, sending condolences and well wishes to the family who lost their child, sending thoughts and prayers during this incredibly difficult time. Boise police are still investigating what caused the fire, and police and other first responders cleared the scene around 3 p.m. and surrounding roads are now open. I'm your Boise Bench neighborhood reporter, Jessica Davis.
All right, guys. So this happened to 2 of my moderators here in chat, and they mentioned that they were in a fire and that they had family in the hospital in my last live stream, and I didn't get a chance to get the whole story, and I didn't know all the details. And so when I went to their Facebook page and looked at some of the reports and and got the full story, it's quite tragic. So basically, we have 2 longtime supporters of my channel and moderators, Kenny Homer and Rachel Homer, who are a couple. And this was their pickup truck, and the battery charger exploded into flames in their truck and burnt them all severely, and their 2-year-old didn't make it. Kenny's right here. He's known as Got Dird, and he says it was a jump starter battery that blew up in the truck. So guys, let me go ahead and show you the page set up for them. They have a donation page set up, and let me go ahead and try and share this in the chat. And then you're welcome to share the link as well here, Kenny. All right, so Kenny and Rachel, they had this tragedy happen, you guys, and they lost a kid. It says, my name is Kenny Homer. My family recently suffered a tragic loss when our truck caught fire from an exploding jump starter. We lost our dearly loved Onyx River Stone Homer, our 2-year-old daughter, in the fire. We managed to save our other 2 children who suffered severe burns. My wife also got severe burns to her face while trying to save our 2-year-old who was in the middle seat. She was such a kind-hearted child, and we can't imagine how to ever be happy again without her. Our 4-year-old daughter, Evie Homer, was closest to the battery that exploded, but luckily was able to be saved and got severe burns on her face. Our baby Dragonair Homer was on the other side of the truck, and my wife Rachel Homer was able to get him out just in time before the whole truck was engulfed in flames. We lost everything else in the fire, including our business truck and all of our tools. We aren't sure how much of our medical bills will be covered with insurance. We will not be able to recover financially from this without help. We are obviously more worried about our family, but once we've released from the hospital, we won't have a way to make money again. We own a handyman business that helps our community when they are in need. We do charity work for elderly people and veterans. This time we are asking for the community's help. We don't know how we can make it through this emotionally or financially. You guys, I've never been in a situation where I had to ask you for help like this. I've never been in a situation, anything like this. If I could picture the worst day of my life, it doesn't look as bad as the story that I just read. And so this happened to 2 people who have supported my channel for a long time. And whether you know them or not, these stories that sometimes come on the news are real, and it has hit home tonight. So if anyone out there is able to help out, they have a fundraiser here set up on GoFundMe. And any and all donations, I'm sure, are greatly appreciated, no matter how big or small. And they also have Facebook pages, Kenny Homer and Rachel Homer. And you can find the links there, and you can find their stories there. And they're giving updates as to their health and stuff there. So yes, it was sad news. And when I first heard that their family was in a fire, I sent them out a prayer on my last live stream, but I didn't get a chance to find out all the details. So on Christmas Day, I went over there to make a donation because Kenny had said they had a page set up. So on Christmas Day, I wanted to send them a donation. And then I got to read the story, and then I saw the news clip. And so it's pretty tragic, and it's very sad that this happened. And Kenny's got the link right here. I'm not sure if the one I posted is the correct link or not, but here's the link that Kenny has posted. And anyone who's skeptical, I know we cover a lot of fake news. And so you might have a knee-jerk reaction when I first showed that news clip to want to point out something that you might think is fake. But these are longtime supporters of my channel, and they're not going to get together with the news and create some scam about their child dying, only to have me talk about it. So one of the rare times where I'm telling you that the news does air real stories and that people out there do need your help. And so rather than donating to some psyop that the news scams you with, where the money doesn't go to anyone who needs it, this is a circumstance where it's for someone who needs it, and I have personally donated myself. And you're welcome to look into the background and double check the story if you don't trust it or if you're skeptical. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing because, these electronical devices exploding into flames gets scary. You know, with the more powerful batteries that they're putting in these devices, because I'm looking into getting a power bank for my van, that I can run electric appliances and recharge all my stuff. And so I always wonder, like, these things can be programmed to just explode. I've heard of laptops, exploding into flames, and electric scooters exploding into flames and stuff like that. So it's kind of scary that you wonder, this technology and these super powerful batteries, like, oh yeah, the one downfall is that it can explode and kill you or your loved ones. So yeah, guys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but friends of the channel, longtime supporters who have been subbed to my channel for many years, they lost their child in a truck fire, and so if anybody has even a little bit to give, you'd be helping two people that are desperately going to need it because their truck had all of their tools, and that's what they use to run their business. So, and they still have family members in the hospital still dealing with this. So, once again, here's the GoFundMe. Let me show you a picture of Rachel and Kenny. All right. So, if you don't mind, Kenny, I'll show your Facebook page and show them that you have links over there. So if anybody is connected with these guys on Facebook or knows them, friends with them on Facebook, or you want to connect, they have all the links and they're giving updates over on their Facebook channel. All right. So here's Kenny's Facebook page. It says, our family is going through an unimaginable time after a tragic fire that changed our lives forever. We lost our beloved Onyx, and my wife and other two children are recovering from severe injuries. We also lost our business tools, leaving us uncertain about our future. I'm reaching out to our wonderful community for support as we navigate this difficult journey. Every bit helps get us back on our feet and continue to serve others as we has always done. Thank you for considering helping us during this challenging time. And here's his wife, Rachel. So this is Kenny and Rachel here. And I believe this is the kid that they lost. Prayers go out to you guys. I really wish I had a ton of money. I would donate a lot more than I was able to. So I know there's a lot of scams that get run out there, and the government, has scammed people so many times. A lot of people are skeptical giving their money to anyone for any reason. And so to hear this happen, I'm not the type of guy who wants to tell people, hey, here's a place where your money would definitely be appreciated and go to the right place. But I'm guessing these people need it right now. And if you can find it in your heart and you got a few dollars after Christmas to spare, please consider donating to Kenny and Rachel's GoFundMe. All right. Patriot Gain says, sorry for the loss. I just donated. You know, when I read your chat earlier, I thought maybe you might be a troll, but I might have you wrong. So if I treated you like you were a troll earlier, Patriot Gains, I apologize. And if you did donate, I appreciate that, and I'm sure they appreciate that. So so I will consider it misunderstanding, and that you weren't just trolling me earlier. All right, so I wanted to wait until we got about midstream to show you that, so that the most people saw it. And so I told you that tonight I was going to try and make you guys laugh, but might make you cry at one point. Things might get a bit sad. So that was the sad part. And we got through it. And best wishes to you guys. I really hope that you guys can somehow get back on your feet after all this. All right, now I want to switch it up and show a video. And here's the link again. And if you want to look up the news reports, it's if you type in 2-year-old girl dies in truck fire in Boise, it'll pop up. And there's several different news reports about it, and it'll link you to the donation page through that as well. All right. So let me go ahead and put on a video from my buddy Q and Feet, who covered the final experiment, and he pointed out a few anomalies. So we'll switch gears here, and we'll watch this Q and Feet video.
Oh, wow. Craig is doing 1,200 push-ups for charity. Oh.
Elevation stencil. Oh yeah, fucking genius at work here. So we can all put one on the wall to prove. A wall? That's your fucking proof. Just go to the top down, go. I'm fucking with this shit down. Or stay, la 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 la.
Alrighty. Craig is going to show us how green screen works.
It's as if this was done in a video editor, right?
All right, so asking what my favorite Blue Oyster Cult song is. Well, is as lame as it might sound to say Don't Fear the Reaper, when they do Don't Fear the Reaper live, it's my favorite. So the version on the radio that you hear, the album version, it's okay. But I am a Blue Oyster Cult mega fan, and so I like to look up different live versions of the Reaper. And then I have my favorite live versions of the Reaper. And I've basically scoured the internet to find all the best versions. And so when they get to the solo, Buck Dharma, the lead guitar player, he never plays Don't Fear the Reaper in its entirety the exact same way. He always will improvise a little bit of the solo at the end of the song. And so on the radio version, the studio version, it just ends by fading out after it comes back from the trippy solo. It just fades out. But if you go watch them live, they continue playing guitar solo for like an extra 3 to 5 minutes, depending how much Buck is feeling it. So the extra 3 to 5 minute of guitar soloing that Buck does is what I really like the best about the song. And so I like to go find all the different versions and compare them. But if you ever go watch BOC live, and then when they do finally play Don't Fear the Reaper, there's something kind of magical that happens. The crowd will rush the stage. So they'll play a lot of venues where people are seated. And then when they start playing Don't Fear the Reaper, people stand up and start to rush the stage. And they overwhelm the security guards. And so it's the crowd pleaser. It's the moment everybody waits for. And then when they finally do play it, and they play it right, and when Buck's in the zone, it is their best tune. Now I'm a huge fan, so I love a lot of their songs. But it's the only song that ever got me so emotional and was so powerful that it got me to cry while I was watching. And actually, Buck took notice. And I was like, I love you, Buck. And he reached down and consoled me after he finished the Reaper and gave me a guitar pick. That's a true story. You wish BOC would come up your way and play. All right. Well, before I get into this Q and Fee video, because they're my favorite band and because they tour year round, I'll go ahead and bring up their tour schedule. And if any of you guys are in any of the areas, you should go check them out because they're old and they won't be playing forever. So if you want to see a 70s rock and roll band that still has 2 of the original members and the 2 original members of the main dudes, the 2 main guys who sing all the songs, they're going to be, here's the tour schedule. January 11th, Fort McDowell, Arizona. Guess who's going to be there? I might be there. You might find me at this one, January 11th in Fort McDowell, Arizona. You may see me there if you go to that one. February 14th, they're in Sarasota, Florida at the Sarasota Fairgrounds. February 16th in San Antonio. Any of you guys in Texas? February 16th and 17th, you got San Antonio and Austin, Texas. I know a lot of you guys who live out in the Texas area. Here's your shot to see one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. And they still play for real. They don't do the taped vocals and the taped, they don't fake their shit. They still play for real. So Sarasota, San Antonio, Austin, March 27th, Milwaukee. In May, they're going to be in Oxford, Alabama. Alabama, y'all get a shot. And then they're going overseas. They're going to be in London. Anybody over in the UK, you got a shot to see one of the best classic rock bands of all time who's not from the UK. They're from New York City. So anybody in the UK, this might be one of your last chance to watch them before they either retire or die. And then they're going to be in Sweden. They got 3 shows back to back to back in Sweden. And then they're in Finland. So anyone in Sweden or Finland. And then in June, they're doing Paris, Berlin, and Helsinki. So they're making their rounds over in Europe. So any of my European subs who see this, this might be your last chance to see BOC. And they play smaller venues. And so they don't play big, huge venues where you're going to be far away. So if you get a ticket early enough, you can get close and actually feel real rock and roll 70s vibes and shit. There you go. And I know when summer, just before summer starts, they're going to announce a shitload of casino and fair dates. Because during the summer, that's when they do their casinos and fairgrounds and shit. All right. So there you go. Doesn't look like they're going to be in Colorado anytime soon, but they might in summer announce more dates, and then who knows? Because in summertime is when they have all the fairs, and BOC does the state fairs and the county fairs every year. So they've basically played every state fair at one time or another. I know I wasn't born in the 70s, but they won me over and they became my favorite band. I didn't know they were going to become my favorite band. It just happened. So the story goes that I listen to classic rock radio, and I still sometimes when I'm out on long trips will listen to classic rock radio. And so when I was a kid, I remember listening to the radio, and then when I got into my teen years, 20 years, they had the new rock station that would play the grunge stuff and the new rock stuff. And then they had the classic rock station. And it was like they only had the two rock stations. So I always would listen to classic rock music, and I always liked it. And so BOC was playing at the Lodi Grape Festival, which was like, I don't know, 45 minutes from where I lived. And it was a free show with purchase to the festival. And the festival was only like $10 to get in. So it was basically like a little fair type thing. And BOC was playing on the free stage. And so I knew Don't Fear the Reaper from the radio. And I knew Burnin' For You and Godzilla. So I knew 3 songs. And I thought, hey, I've never seen those guys before. And it's only $10 to go watch them. So that sounds like fun. Let's go do that. And so me and my girlfriend at the time, we ate a little bit of mushrooms, which really helps make the show awesome. If you've never ate mushrooms and watched your favorite band, I recommend that you do it. Just don't eat too many. So we ate a little bit of mushrooms, and then when we got to the show, actually, she didn't eat any that day. I did. So she drove, and she stayed more sober that day. So I tripped out on mushrooms. And so when we got there, it was like it wasn't that big of a crowd, and you could just kind of walk your way towards the front. And there was a seating area, and then there was an area up front where you could stand. And there weren't that many people standing, so we just stood, and we were pretty close to the action. And we showed up just as they were playing Burnin' For You. And that was one of the songs I wanted to see. And we showed up just as they were already into Burnin' For You. So I walked up and was already singing one of the songs. And then I looked, and I'm like, is that Rudy Sarzo? And Rudy Sarzo is from other metal bands. He was in Ozzy Osbourne's band and Whitesnake and Quiet Riot. And it looked like Rudy Sarzo was up on stage with BOC, but I didn't know that Rudy Sarzo was in BOC. So I thought maybe it was a dude who looked like Rudy Sarzo and that I was just tripping. And then later on in the show, they were like, everybody give it up for Rudy Sarzo over here. And I was like, holy shit, Rudy Sarzo's in I didn't even know Rudy Sarzo was in BOC. So at the time, Rudy Sarzo was on stage with them, which was extra trippy. And they were just sounding great. Got a super chat coming in. Johnny Ringo says, can he have an email set up with Zelle? You can get 100% the donation, no service fees. Okay, so that's a question for Kenny. So I'll let him answer that, and I'll get back to my story. So I was tripping out and watching them, and they played Burnin' For You, and then they later on in the set they played Godzilla, and then they did a medley during the Godzilla, and they did a tribute to all of Rudy Sarzo's former bands, and there was a part where they were like, does everybody know that Rudy Sarzo, our bass player, he used to be in Whitesnake? And then they played a few bars of Here I Go Again on My Own, and then they're like, and he also was in Quiet Riot. And then they played a few bars of Quiet Riot song. And then Eric said, but my favorite of all was when he was in Ozzy's band. And then they played some bars of Crazy Train. So they did a breakdown of Rudy Sarzo's former bands in the middle of Godzilla. And then when that was over, then they went back into the ending of Godzilla. And I was like, holy shit, that was fucking great. And then Rudy Sarzo did a bass solo, and it was fucking slamming. And then just after that, they did this really long intro that bled into Don't Fear the Reaper, and everybody lost their shit. And I had never seen Don't Fear the Reaper played live. And so then at the end, when I thought the song was going to be over, Buck just keeps soloing and soloing and soloing, and he builds up all this intensity. And then when they finally ended the song, and that was the end of that show, I looked over at my girlfriend and I said, that was the best fucking concert that I've ever seen in my life, man. That was fucking awesome. And then I saw him again in Stockton, and then I saw him again at the beach boardwalk, and they blew my mind again. Every time I went to see them, it was like they were getting better and blowing my mind even more. And then after like the third time, fourth time, I was like, these motherfuckers are my favorite. I don't care about anybody else. So when it comes to BOC, I like to get my first row ticket, and I'm a total fanboy, and I sing along to all the songs. And, you know, I squeal like a schoolgirl when they throw me a pick. But I don't do that for any other bands, just BOC. So I've been to see other bands, and I think it's fun to go watch other bands. But BOC is the only band that I geek out for. And I also eat mushrooms every time I go watch them. So, yeah, I'm always tripping my balls off. And when I start tripping my balls off, then I want to start drinking. And so I'm usually pretty inebriated when I go watch them, which makes it fun. And The Stoned Age is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. I own a copy on VHS. If you haven't seen The Stoned Age, it's like that movie. What was that other movie about the 70s with Ben Affleck? It's better than that one. All right. Yes, it's better than Dazed and Confused. If you like rock and roll and hot chicks showing tits and just a more kick-ass movie, Stoned Age is way, way better. So it's the same deal. It was made in the 90s, but it was about the 70s. But Dazed and Confused is like the Hollywood A-lister production, whereas the Stoned Age is like the B movie that doesn't have any famous actors. Way better. So much better. Detroit Rock City is good, but it's not as good as the Stoned Age. The Stoned Age is something I have to watch like every couple of years, even though I've seen it probably 100 times. Detroit Rock City's funny, but it's not as good as the Stoned Age. See, I like all those old stupid movies. Movies like that, like you can't redo it anymore. You can't go back and do it like that again. And if you try, it will suck. So it's like movies like that kind of ruined it for me. Now I'm stuck in like an old era. Yeah. If you like hot chicks showing tits, Stoned Age is the one. Jimmy Mack knows what's up. He's already quoting the movie. All right. Okay, let me show a video from my buddy Q and Feet. I got totally sidetracked on the BOC stuff. Let me show this video from Q and Feet here.
Alrighty. Craig is going to show us how green screen works.
It's as if this was done in a video editor, right? So they green screened or they removed a color, something, but they removed this color on this guy's jacket. Or
yeah, chroma key's a thing, dude. Right, what color shall I remove? Let's remove my face color. Ah! Oh no!
Oh wow. You have the same color as Flatsoy's wife, Mystery Lover. Oh, how adorable. Flatsoy must be a proud daddy.
Dude, you see how QMF just slipped that in real quick?
My face is invisible. I don't like that. Let's choose a different color. Oh no, now my couch is going invisible.
Ah, you selected the couch. I see the wall behind it also got chroma keyed. And even the curtains change color.
Looks like I've got black teeth.
Black teeth? That's a coincidence.
Is this fake? Am I on a green screen? Let's remove the white on my Fred Perry logo. Let's remove the white on my teeth.
The white from your teeth. It even removes the brown from the couch. And the green from your TV screen.
I look like Austin Whitsitt in the morning. It's magic, right?
Yeah, call it magic. But it's not for nothing called green screen. It works the best on hard colors, like a hard green and a hard blue. And if you use that in your living room, where the colors can change just by moving your body, then the chroma key don't recognize the color anymore.
Look, it's just a setting. Chroma key on. Choose any color I want. Let's remove the white there over there. Oh. See? It's just chroma key. It's not magic.
Hey, green screen. Hello. Number 2, I am going to grab Jonathan. So Jonathan Morandi, when he went on camera, he had a patch on his shirt that was greenish in color, which was removed because of the chroma key. So I have now taken that off. And so now you can see the color of the patch and it's there, which would have disappeared with a green screen. Thank you so much. You can get back to filming. So anyway, how it works is when you have things like, this is the water bottle I've been using out here.
Let me green screen this. I can select the color I want to remove. You see, it's very selective. So here it will be okay. That's just because of the lightning. It's not one equal color. So you can adjust it a little bit with the slider. But you don't must do that too much. Otherwise other things will disappear. So, green screen. Now we move back. I don't see it. So at home he must use this color, of course, because he claimed to left it on. And this got green screen in his video.
This is with green screen enabled on the green bottle. And this is without the green screen enabled. Which green screen you use at home, Duffy? The one on the left, which is more bluish than green? Or the one on the right? Really something green. So according to Duffy, if I green screen this bottle, the pocket of the jacket also automatically got the green screen. No, I don't see it change. It's one or the other. Some people think I want to disprove their trip. No, I think they really went because everything looks okay. But I only want to know if this was a mockery, to trigger flat earthers.
Exactly. I think it was planted there on purpose so that people scream green screen and scream that it's all fake. There's a lot of extra footage that's been coming out. Jiren released a shitload in his last live stream, and these Globers are still hanging on to plenty of footage. So trying to say that it's all fake, it's going to get tough because there's a lot of behind the scenes footage that looks legitimate. And then the only other option is that it was maybe some sort of LCD studio. And there's some reasons to believe maybe that could be the case. But I also can't say for sure that it was all 100% faked because some of their footage does look legit and it does line up. So there's things about it that make me think it could have been done in a studio. And then there's things about it that look like that were intentionally put there to make us say that it was all fake. But then Jiren released some behind the scenes footage on his channel last night while he was live. That's pretty real looking. I couldn't really pick it apart. So I'm kind of stuck between thinking some parts of it don't add up and then other parts of it look totally legit. So, being as I said, I think they were going to see the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I'm basically covered both ways. And if they faked it, well, they are shill bags, and I said that they could fake it. So, it wouldn't shock me if some aspects of this production were faked. But, like I said, I've watched a lot of the behind-the-scenes footage and a lot of the stuff that Jiren put out last night. And some of it does look legit, I gotta say. As far as the temperature goes and them looking like they're not cold, I totally agree. They don't look like they're cold. It doesn't look as cold as they say. So that could mean that they really did go to Antarctica, but it's not as cold as we're told. And that this is basically proof that it's not an inhospitable place and that it might be a lot warmer than we were told. But I also have to consider, like, if it was somehow shot in some sort of advanced studio, then that would make sense that they're all dressed so warmly and that nobody's cold. So I've looked at several different aspects and chalked it up in my mind, like, okay, no one looks like they're cold. That lends itself more to studio. But then when you see some of the behind the scenes footage, God, it's tough to just call it all fake. Some of it looks really good. And the angles and azimuths and stuff are matching up to sun calc, but they could have, if they did fake it, they could have sequenced that up, of course. So I'm still skeptical and waiting for all of the footage to come in, and we can go over it more with a fine-tooth comb. But I did figure they were going to see the 24-hour sun, even if they didn't fake it. So I'm prepared to say that they possibly did go, but they're intentionally trying to trick people into saying it's a green screen so they can then come out and bring you all this backstage footage, or behind the scenes footage, I should say, and debunk the deniers. J. Elva said, did they show plane or boat tickets? How's the puppy? Just locked in. I don't know about plane or boat tickets. They may have. But there's a ton of footage that Jaron showed in his stream. So Jaron finally did his first stream since coming back home. And he had a bunch of Globers and hate watchers watching. So he had a fat crowd. And he was basically just gaslighting and shitting on his audience the entire time. And he showed, to his credit, he did show a bunch of footage. And a lot of it is like behind the scenes stuff that wasn't shown in any of the live streams or other videos. And it does look pretty clean and clear, and I can't really find things wrong with all of it. So rather than me point the finger at every piece of footage and just scream fake, I have to consider that maybe it was somewhat real with some planted fakeness at certain parts. Tough to say, really. Oh, and the puppy's good. He's down here playing with one of his toys. Let me pick him up. Come on. You got people asking about you. You got people asking about you, puppies. There's Ralphkins. There's the Ralph. There's the Ralph. He's a Ralph. Keep dog in this Ralph. Ralphie. He's kind of hyper right now. He was on the floor playing with one of his toys. He wants to play. See? He's biting me. Biting me. He's biting me, you guys. He's being a little bite muffin. Ow, Ralphie, you bit me. Yeah, he's cute as ever. I took him to meet the fam for Christmas. I took him over, and he met my aunt and my cousin, and then they have a Chihuahua, and so he played with the other dog there. So we had a good Christmas. Got tons of pictures and video. So I'm going to be making him his own channel soon and posting a lot of the video that I already have, and making more videos. So the dog should have a channel maybe within another week or so. So anyone who wants to keep up with the dog and all his adventures, the plan is to start him a channel. And then I'll do little voiceovers for him. Hi, I'm Wolfie, and this is how I talk. Something like that. Oh, look, you God, flat earth is gay. Oh, yeah? So what does that mean? Globe earth is straight? Is that your position? Flat earth is gay and globe earth is straight? Or are you one of those concavers? Huh? Watch out, guys. Another anonymous troll shitbag showing up here to tell us that flat earth is gay. Palkies says, JG, get the fuck out with fake info. Only 24-hour sunlight was ever discussed and found recorded. Clearly different than 24-hour sun. No, they went down there and filmed the sun for 24 hours, not just the sunlight. So you get the fuck out of here with your wrong information. Nothing I said was fake info. So clearly you didn't pay attention, because they show that they went down there and saw the sun for 24 hours and they filmed it with several different cameras. They didn't just film light. How's this? Would you like to come on and show your face and call me a shill to my face? And we'll have a discussion over who's the shill. Would you like to? I'll post a link and you can join me, but you have to turn on the camera and show me who you are, because nameless, faceless shitbags could be anybody. You could be Ronald McDonald, Alex Jones. You could be one of RV's sock accounts, or a sock account from any shill, turning around and calling me the shill. Here's the deal. Anyone who calls me a shill is a useful idiot, a tard muffin, or a shill. So which are you? All three? Yeah, I bet if I put the link on screen, you'd be too chicken shit to join and show your face and call me a shill, huh? All right, so let's finish up Q and Fee's vid.
Into saying the whole trip was fake. No, I think it was very real. But some things don't add up here. And I'm going to show you some more. So this was all recorded without breaks.
Emily, there's a very strong similarity here between the Goat to sock accounts and other shill sock accounts. You see, when trolls and shills get called out by me and challenged to come on live and explain their stance and show their face, they never want to do it. Just like when Goatus uses his sock accounts to troll you or me, they never want to come on live and explain why they love Goatus so much, right? All those people that tell you you're a crazy lady for being so obsessed with Goatus, yeah, they never want to come explain themselves on a live stream. Same exact thing applies to the people who want to call me a shill with their anonymous little sock puppet accounts. They don't want to come explain themselves on camera. Funny how that works. So what's it going to be? Yes or no? If I put the link in the stream, are you going to come on and show your face and give evidence to me being a shill? I'm willing to hear it if you've got any. And if you're willing to be a man and have a discussion with me. But if not, then you really don't belong here. If you're just here to stir up shit and be a little chicken shit bitch, I'd be happy to bounce you. Yeah. Because I'm a shill, he doesn't want to give me the time, you guys. So when challenged to come on here and explain yourself like a man and show your face like a man, a genuine man, a real dude, he won't do it. We got a chicken shit bitch and his name is Palkies. He's a chicken shit. Got a chicken shit here and his name is Palkies. Cause he's a chicken shit. He's a pussy bitch for calling me a shill, and he won't come on here cause he ain't for real, cause he's a chicken shit. Little biatch. I just made that up right now and totally shoved it right up your shill ass. Have fun, bitch. You'll always be remembered as that guy that I just did that to. I hope that went as well as you had planned.
Here we see the pitch.
So what I have here this is my primary scale, which is the one that is most accurate. So.
And now we see suddenly the black background that Duffy always uses in his videos. And that's because the green backlight of the scale switched it on. I obtained an image of the scale with the LCD background enabled, so it's green. And if you can see, it has a totally different color as the pocket on the jacket. So now we're going to test the green screen again. So if I take this green color, according to those clowns, the pocket should be green screened also. Oh, nothing happened here. As you can see, this is one picture. I glue them together to show what the green screen do. And the letters are still visible. I can add some more slider. Here it comes. And it grows. So I have to slide it halfway. So the letters from the display disappear. And then I take this TFE logo. So why this pocket don't get green screened? The one and only way we can remove the pocket and the green of the display if these are exactly the same color. Let's test it. Green screen. Let me tap this pocket. Oh yeah, it worked. Hoppa. Green screening this pocket and the scale at the same moment is impossible. I just have shown it.
All right, so Q and Fee did point out something interesting there with the different colors of the display screen on that scale versus the color of the guy's patch, and that supposedly it's the same chroma key that blocked out both those two things with the green screen glitch. So they purposely did this, but then the question is like, okay, like, did they plant this just to get people to say, oh, the whole thing's fake, so then they could come out with all their extra footage and then debunk the ones denying it? That's what I'm thinking. Got a super chat from Lux Phyllis, a super sticker. Thank you very much.
Here, my friend Petey, the Glober. Yeah, a lot of people's comments are disappearing. You said when I look at Critical Thinking's last live stream. Oh, you will see the LCD go from unlit to backlit, from gray to green. PD, it looks like you have a little bit of lack of critical thinking. I notice you have no clue what screen actually is and means. You're just saying something. Prove me wrong with one video. Or maybe you are just colorblind and don't know the difference between green and bluish. Now the big question remains, how did they do it? Did they brought an extra jacket with this green patch on it? Just for the mockery? I cannot think of another way it can be done. Green screen again. This would be most logic. Oh, Professor Smarty Pants. Jeez, I thought you were smarter than this. Grab an LCD display and turn it to light at an angle to your field of view of vision. Jesus Christ. Do you think I'm an imbecile? I stared long enough to scales because I sell for millions and millions and millions and millions hashish and marijuana when I worked in a coffee shop in Amsterdam. You know, weighing hashish and marijuana, staring the LCD display. Jesus Christ. Go get a cheap calculator. It's pretty clear to me. You never have to use green screen for your videos.
All right, so Q&F does point out an interesting anomaly there, that the display screen on the scale is a different color of green than that guy's patch on his windbreaker. So they're saying it was done with the same chroma key, which is odd. But, you know, I'm not really a tech guy, so I guess anything's possible. But some strange shit that doesn't quite add up. So I've looked into LCD studios and stuff like that as a possibility, but some of the shots they have, it really does look like they're there. So tough to say for sure, but definitely shill shitbags are involved, and their observation definitely was a false dichotomy to make you choose between globe and then what they're showing you to be a debunked flat earth model. Therefore, by default, you're supposed to pick the globe. But as we all know, what happens in the sky does not determine the shape of the ground. So once we find these anomalies and we suspect any sort of trickery, kind of discredits the whole thing. Makes me want to just throw out the whole thing. It's like, okay, there's shill bags. There's some anomalies that don't quite make sense. I'm not prepared to say every bit that they filmed is 100% fake, but I am prepared to say that they aren't trustworthy at all, and they've been proven to lie in the past, people who are involved with this shill show charade, the final experiment. So being as they are proven liars, yeah, you can pretty much throw out the final result of the final experiment. Oh, Emily, I don't know if you caught any of his last live stream, but Jaren just gaslit and shit on everyone who was watching. And he's just the most despicable human. And then he still slanders me. He brought me up. He brought Q and Fee up. And he even admitted that we were the ones who told him back in 2017 that the sun's path over the AE map was wrong. But he was like, oh, yeah, but we could explain that. Or I can't defend this anymore. This says for sure that the AE map is wrong and that the flat earth has been falsified. So now he's taking the position that flat earth is falsified and that he's not going to be hanging around or associated with this group who's so dumb and so stupid. And so he basically made it out like nobody who believes in a globe called my wife a whore. Only flat earthers have called my wife a whore. And he's talking about me, of course. So he's making it out like nobody on the globe side says terrible stuff. Only the flat earthers say terrible stuff. So I'm glad that I'm not part of that cult anymore. So now he's pretending that he's not friends with David Weiss anymore. Who's his handler? Shady Davy D. LaFleur says, if you are convinced by green screen, then I'll do my YouTube show layer. Then I do my YouTube show in a layer. Oh, okay. Your YouTube's when you do the green screen on your channel. That's what you're talking about. Yes, Davey does his own podcast now. And I watched a little bit of like your first episode, but I haven't caught the last couple, so I'll have to try and catch up on some of your stuff, Davey. All right. FEMA Rigoroni says, why call his wife a whore? Well, he admitted that his wife cheated on him with his best friend. And then he went as far as to try and throw me under the bus several times throughout my lifetime here on YouTube. And so being as he's a shitbag liar who's slandered me, if I think that his wife is a whore, why not say so? He has no problem saying whatever he wants about me, slandering me, and running my name through the mud. So turnabout is fair play. I got no problem dipping down to somebody's level if that's the type of shit human they are. Oh, you want to lie and slander me? Okay, well, I'll just go find true things to say about you and your loved ones, such as his wife, who's a whore. Yeah, so he'll show a video of me and say, Jake lives in an office and has no women, and he has to have a dog because no women want him, and the only kisses he gets is from a dog because he's a homo. He'll do that for like hours. But like if I fire back and say, yeah, well, your wife cheated on you in your own bed because she's a whore. Oh, that's too low. I can't believe he said that about me. No one's allowed to say that. Yeah, only Jaren's allowed to slander everyone. But then if you give him back, the truth that he doesn't like, ooh, he's got a problem. Yeah, he tried to go file a false restraining order against me after I declined a penis measuring contest. True story. He still has to pretend like he's the cool dude for doing that. Hey, I'm Jaren, you guys. I got a big dick, and I challenged Jake to a penis measuring contest. A loser leaves YouTube penis measuring contest, and he declined. Must be because he has a small dick. I'm Jaren. I'm so cool. That doesn't make you cool, dude. That makes you a flaming homo for wanting to have a penis measuring contest. And then Jake declined the penis measuring contest. So I'm going to go to the Merced County Courthouse and file a restraining order. You guys, I need protection. Jake's a psycho. He didn't want to do my penis measuring contest. I'm Jaren. I'm going to go to Antarctica because I'm a winner. Doers do. I'm going to go to Antarctica and see the sun. And if I do, then the earth can't be flat. And if you think so, then you're a stupid pussy. I'm Jaren, you guys. I'm a doer. Doers do. There you go. That was a little Jaren for you. RT says, thanks for the diving elbow drop on the rising earthers. Yeah, hey, you notice Zetetic Warrior hasn't said shit for like weeks. He's got all this passion for the rising earth and calling Jaren a shill, but he hasn't had enough passion to, make any content about it. You notice the Zetetic Warrior, he only posts if he goes on Nachikita's stream, then he'll post the stream that he went on as content, but he doesn't actually make any content, prove anything. They're talking earthers is what they are. They don't make content. They just live stream and talk. And that's it. And they think that they're some sort of person who should be listened to in their little cult community. The flat earth cult community is fractured into so many groups. It's not even worth it sometimes for me to even talk about it. Like I talk about it because I want to set the record straight, but then I realize like, okay, every shill bag has their own little audience. Like RV, who's a total nameless, faceless shill, who like denies the path of the sun in Australia. Everywhere south of the equator, RV will deny the path of the sun during this time of year. But he still has an audience who trusts him. And he'll be like, Jake is a fake flat earther. That's why I call him Jake the Fake. Jake is doing a Baphomet hand sign because he's a Mason. And his audience will buy that. So there's guys who can slander me and say the dumbest shit and say that that I'm making a Baphomet hand sign or I'm a Mason. And they have an audience who will disbelieve it. Sight unseen, right? So I realized, like, dude, me trying to like set the record straight, it's an uphill battle because it's like the flat earth has so many of these little fractured cult communities. And a lot of them, you know, are listening to liars and slanderers. So I can tell them the truth, but, you know, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make them think. But you're welcome for me giving the elbow drop to the rising earthers. Nachiketa did a response to me, but it wasn't much of a response. Miguel says, I'll hook you up with my sister and I get a nephew. So that means I'm required to knock her up. So you're going to hook me up with your sister and you're going to get a nephew out of the deal, which means I'm required to knock this woman up. It's like part of the deal, huh? So I get guaranteed poontang at least once. That might be a good deal. I might have to think about that one. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate that, whether you're joking or not. All right. So I guess we could open up the stream and see who in the world out there wants to come on and say hi. So I'll go ahead and post the link. And I never know what the hell's going to happen. Sometimes somebody comes on and they're cool and it's a fun conversation. And then other times I get the wackiest weirdos. So I don't know how much I want to talk to wacky weirdos tonight. So if I get any sort of weird shill ass vibe from you, I might just boot you. So we'll see how this goes. Pippi. Pippi. You want to come up here? Ralphie wants to come up and say hi, huh? My Welf dog, huh? Welfie dog. Welfie puppy. He's my puppy and he wants to bite my thumb. Ow, Welfie! Why you bite me? Why you bite me, Welfies? Welfie's biting me. Looks like Holden is in the chat. All right. I have an idea. I'll put a we'll do a 5-minute time limit and we'll see how that goes. So we'll start with Holden. We'll do a 5-minute. All right, 5. We'll see how. Holden, turn me down if you're going to talk. We'll start with Holden. I can hear me. Do a 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes. Holden, turn me down if you're going to talk.
Oh.
We'll start with Holden. I can hear me.
I'm turning it down.
There you go. Yeah, if you're listening to me, then
Wait a minute.
I'll hear me. There
Can you hear me?
Yep. You got 5 minutes. Go.
Can you hear me?
What do you want? Yeah. What do you want to say?
Can you hear me? All right. How are you doing?
I'm good, Holden. How are you?
All right. So, I was very close to going undefeated again.
On your NFL picks?
I don't know what's going on here.
On your NFL.
Yes. I was very close to going undefeated. I lost the Monday night game last week, so that was a little bit of a disappointment. But
if you make
overall,
picks, you're going to lose some weeks. There's no way around it.
A couple of really good weeks. I think if I were to have won Monday night, I would have had my 5th undefeated week in a row. I mean, not in a row, sorry, but throughout the year.
And what kind of picks do you make? Are they straight up against the spread, or what kind of picks?
I wanted to tell you how I feel bad. I usually do the 14 teasers. I like those teasers a lot because you can move the line. So I kind of like doing that, but I was going to tell you how I feel bad for you and Q and Feet because I was on the What's It live stream, his Will Duffy's deal, and I had to battle a couple people on the stream that were wanting to bash Q and Feet. It was some show, all right.
Yeah, if you go talk to any of those Globers or participate in any of their comment sections, they're gonna call you names and slander you. They're not nice people, and so you can't have a conversation.
They were comparing
with
you
them.
and Q and Fee to the shills and stuff.
And then they like to group us in with shills. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it was sad because usually they'll go after the just the controlled opposition, but no, they went after you guys. Little I'm actually kind of surprised on that one, but that happens.
Who was it exactly that you're talking about?
It was just random people in the chat.
Okay, so nobody who has like a major globe
Let's see if I can
channel.
actually go back. I'm going to go back to the live stream and see if I can find any users. I don't know if they'll let me actually go back.
If it's random sock accounts and trolls, it could be anybody.
Let's see. And it was mainly before the stream even started.
All right, Andy, you're up next. Holden's going to be reaching his time limit soon.
Hear me?
Yep.
My phone's working and stuff again. So do you still have my number? You should text me.
You're cutting in and out. You're cutting in and out a bit, and I'm doing a 5-minute timer tonight for everyone, so I can fit in as many people as I can. So up next, I got Andy. So I'm gonna cut you loose, and thanks for talking and hanging out on the stream, Holden. I'll talk to you later, bro. All right, so now we got Andy here. Andy, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Where's my picture at?
You must not have turned your camera on or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh. That's cool as long as you could hear me.
Yeah, I figure I didn't know if maybe you didn't want to show yourself or what, but since I knew it was Andy from the chat, that I'd just bring you on. So.
Oh, it's all good. You know, you guys know what I look like anyways. I just wanted to tell you I love you, Jake, and I love the dog. You know, I lost a dog years ago, just like Rusty, and she was oh my God, her name was Edna, and she still breaks my heart when I think about her. And I'm glad you got a new dog. And you know what? Maybe that's a sign that I need to get a new dog, because I tell you, when I think about her, I cry so much inside because I missed her. She was like my bud, you know? And that you get a new dog and it's like
it helped me because I'd went like 2 years and it was
I know.
still if I just see a picture of Rusty and like and it brings me, because the last 3 months he declined, like, it wasn't like boom, he was dead. It was like a 3-month decline.
I know
Watching
that
him
feeling.
lose a step each day, slowing down, getting worse and worse. And so
I know, and
that's
breaks
the way I
your
remember
heart.
those last 3 months. And so it's hard to shake that from my memory.
I know what you mean.
The puppy has helped shake that from my memory.
I
Like,
know.
I haven't forgotten it, but the trauma is gone because like when I went to one of the parks where I used to walk Rusty, and I thought, oh, I wonder how this is going to be with the new dog, if I'm going to like feel sad. But no, once we got walking, I didn't think about it at all. It was like, no, I'm doing what I always used to do, walk a dog.
Yes.
So
I actually, well, my daughter has 2 dogs in the house. So I have 2 cats. So it's not like I don't have any little fur babies around me. I call them, I'm the nana. And it's okay. But when I get another dog, it's going to be my dog. So I'm not ready yet, but I'm going through a divorce right now. Well, I'm not, I'm in a separation. So, I have rocky times right now. You know what I mean? Things are, I was married to him for we were together for 20 years plus. And after his mother died, it just, it got, I don't know, death changes people. It either brings them together or separates them. So when my mother-in-law passed away, it separated my family. And I'm slowly getting my daughter, well, my youngest daughter, my second daughter, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's a long story, but you know what I mean? Death it's something that you deal with in your life, and that you struggle with, or you deal with it in a different way than other people can understand. Does that make any sense, what I just said?
Yeah, well, for sure. And so, like, when my mom died, it was like bad circumstances because she destroyed her own health. So I couldn't be regular sad. So when you deal with somebody who destroys their life and their health and then dies of alcoholism, you can't be all like, oh, it's such a tragedy.
That's my brother.
Right. And so that's it's like my dog. When Rusty died, it ripped my heart out because it was like he's a precious angel. He never did anything wrong. He never stabbed me in the back, or he never did anything. It was like, if your parent or a loved one destroys their life with drugs or alcohol and then dies, it's hard to have a proper grieve and be like, oh, well, I totally forgive them and I'm just going to be sad, because it's like a part of you is mad. So I actually was able to get over my mother dying easier than my dog dying.
Yes, I can understand that.
People can't believe that. They're like, what?
No, I totally understand that. No, when my father died, I'm not saying that when my father died, it was a shock, but it didn't. We were never that close, you know what I mean? But when my mother died, oh my God, it just broke my heart. And then when, it's just different. It's called relationships. You were closer to your dog than your mother. Isn't that weird? I know that sounds crazy, but
Yeah, well, he was with me every day for like 8 years, a companion. And
I know.
and then so you get to the point where it's like you are more close with your pet, and than most people. And dogs, they're better than most people.
No,
So
they are. They are actually. You know what? I agree with you. Dog is a man's best friend. Did they say that? And we're all humans, and we all draw close to our dogs. Not that they're better than our children or their mothers or their fathers. It's a relationship you have with that person or that animal, because you know what I mean. Yeah, it's called love, and sometimes you can't explain it. It's just the way it is. Oh my gosh, Jake, I am so glad I talked to you. I'd like to see you again, because back in 2017 when we met, I was, you know what I mean? I was young. I was young. Well, not young, but I was sort of naive about what the world was compared to what I am now. Does that
I
make
was
any sense?
naive too. I
know?
had shills showing up to my stream,
Well,
overtaking, not my
I
stream,
wasn't one
my
of them.
meetup,
I wasn't one
trying
of
to
them.
over. I know you were a regular person who showed up, but like when I think back, like Bob Nodell showed up, ODD showed up, Nathan Thompson. So when I
Yeah.
look back now, I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I was smart enough to have figured it out back then. But
Well,
then
we
I
don't
might have
figure out things like that. You know
I
what I
might have
mean?
caused a scene,
Yeah.
Like, what would I have done? Been like, you fucking shills, get out of my meetup, you fucking shill. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't have went well either, would it?
No, well, we didn't even know what shill really meant back then. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
we knew the word because Eric Dubé would use it, but I
yes.
didn't know for sure that these people pretending to be my friends
Yes, exactly.
were actors. And so I had to learn that the hard way. And so having a meetup where 90% of the people are going to be real, like you, and then there's like the 10% that's Bob Nodell and ODD, Nathan Thompson. That's the thing, is like, if I do a meetup, I have to think, okay, most everyone's going to be legit, but there's going to be at least one or two people who are going to show up like to keep tabs on me and see who's there and report back to somebody. So I actually rolled through Denver for the first time since 2017 on my way back with Ralphie. And
it's changed,
it was cold and snowy, and we were just passing through. And so I thought, when summertime rolls around, it would be fun to do some meetups again. And
I
I did have a huge turnout in Denver.
California. Actually, I haven't been there since the late 80s. That's how long it's been. I went through California. I love California. I haven't been there in a long time. We should have a meetup in California, actually, because it's near you. And
I need to set them up ahead of time, and I'm sure they'll
like
do
2
good.
months in advance.
If I
people
did
will
them in
come.
advance, and then
Yeah.
and I just have to plan that, most people are going to be cool, but there might be, one or two fucking weirdos.
Oh yeah, make it.
That's just the way it'll be. Yeah.
It's all good. You know what I mean? People are cool. You know what I mean? You gotta, it's like the meat and the bones. You gotta, I don't know, spit out the bones and chew the meat. Is that what they call it? Oh my gosh.
Something like that. That's pretty close. Yeah.
All right, I'll let you go. I'm sure there's other people waiting.
Okay, I just put the stream link in the chat for anyone else who wants to jump in. Hey, thank you for jumping on with me tonight, Andy. And,
I love you. I love you, Jake.
And next time I open up the chat, you're welcome to come back on. I appreciate
no problem.
that.
All right. Talk
Have
to
a
you
good
later.
night.
You too. Bye. How do I shut it off?
There you go. All right. Well, that was nice. All right. Rosebell says, who's next? When Jaron wanted to do the dick measuring contest, he probably used a picture of his wife's dick. Ooh, burn. You guys, flat earthers are the only one who said that I used a picture of my wife's dick for a dick measuring contest. Globe earthers never said that. Only flat earthers say that. There you are, bro. You're finally on the open panel. I know you've been asking about it for so long, so here you are.
All right, man. What's going on?
Shit, just want to do a open topic stream and jump around to different shit tonight, and not make it all about Shillbag Jaron, but you know, he still found his way into the conversation several times.
Okay, you need to come to Denver because that's where I'm at. That's where the party is. You need to come to Denver.
I drew more people at any of the other meetups in Denver the last time I did one in 2017. So when I was passing through driving Ralphie back, it was cold and I was just driving through, but I thought, man, it'd be nice to come back, you know, in summertime when he's, you know, bigger, and then do another dog friendly meetup where I can have the dog there and meet up with people at the same time.
All right. I wanted to get into something before we get into something fun.
What's that?
Okay. I talked to my friend and he's, now the flat earth, global earth, I don't know exactly what to make of it, but I will tell you this. My friend, who is a flight instructor, he said this. He said quite a few things, but two things that got out of it the most. He said, I asked him about, being that he teaches commercial air pilots how to fly. He's an instructor, even though he's not a pilot himself, but he does work here in Denver in a simulation. So before they get on a real plane, he takes them through the simulation course, however long it takes. He's an official instructor, and as far as I know, I don't know where he sits on that. He's not a government anything. He's just like us. He just wants to know the truth. I don't know where he stands on the flat Earth or global Earth. I don't know where. I don't know. But he did say this. I said, so what are the instruments on a plane? What do they account for, a flat Earth or a curved? He said a curved one. He says there's one called the cost index. There's another one, and he said quite a few. These are the only two I can actually remember because he knows a lot because he's an instructor and I'm not. So he said the cost index is one factor. He said the gyroscope is one instrument on there. He talked about true north. He said there's north and true north. And then he said 40,000 feet. He said at 40,000 feet, you can see a curve. I said, but most people are not going to get in a commercial plane and get 40,000 feet. So he said, but you said most of them can go at least 30. I mean, to the most, they'll go to 36,000 feet.
Well, I find that fascinating because Neil deGrasse Tyson says you have to be at 100,000 feet or above to even start to see the slightest bit of curve.
No, that's not what my friend said.
I know, but Neil deGrasse says that. So your friend is going to have to disagree with the world's most famous astrophysicist.
No. That's Neil the Ass. Neil the Ass, because he's an actor, and you know that, and I know that. Just
I know, but what I'm saying is, globe believers will say that they climbed a mountain and saw the curvature, or that they saw the curvature out a plane window, whereas the most scientifically recognized globe cuck of all says you have to be much higher, at least like 100,000 feet. So basically, globers can't decide on a number where curvature is visible. They all make up their own number and disagree.
Okay, well, that's what he said. Okay, and they said, so after he told me that, I got on a plane and I told them, I'm going to try your experiment out. I'm going to talk to the waitress, the stewardess, and asked them what elevation we're going to be at. They told me 32,000. I said, okay, that's fine. Maybe that'll work. When I looked out of the plane out the window, it was nothing but clouds. So it didn't work for me. I couldn't see. We were the highest elevation we got on my plane, which was two weeks ago, was 32,000 feet. But with all the clouds, I couldn't see anything. And then nighttime came, and then it didn't even work. So I can't prove that. But he did say there is a curve according to the instruments of the plane, the plane, how the pilots use. But then again, he said there's a north and the true north, and so there's something going on in how that works too. Just like the mean sun that the military comes out with, that they can't go with true north. The planes can't go with true north. They have to go with some artificial, another type of north. So there's something going on there. I don't understand it all, but for sure we know that those globe Earth pictures on NASA, those are paintings. We know that's true. That's all garbage.
Yeah, I would need a little more proof besides the word of a pilot, because there's other pilots who say it's flat. And so it comes down, one man's word versus another. And so,
well, this guy's a flight instructor, so, and he's a friend of mine, so I don't take him as just a guy who's trying to push a narrative for his gain, because he has nothing to gain. I just want to know his opinion.
You're inclined to believe that he has seen curvature and that Earth is a ball?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say it was a ball. I didn't say that. It said there could be a curvature, but doesn't mean it's a ball. That's why I'm saying, just like you can say that that we all see our own sun, but it doesn't mean everybody's going to agree with it, even though you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, a lot of people don't, because they can't even wrap their mind around how it works. But a lot of these people don't even know what model that they believe in or how it works.
Yeah. So this guy, I'm saying, he's a good friend of mine. He doesn't have an agenda. I just wanted to know what he knew, being that as a flight instructor, what the plane instruments account for. And he says it accounts for a curve. So I didn't say it was a round. I didn't say it was a ball. I didn't say that. I don't believe that at all. Like I said, we know those pictures are doctored. They're Photoshop. It's a painting. It's a guy's rendition. It's all lies. We know NASA is a bunch of lies, bunch of falsehood. We know that. But when I heard that from him, okay, so that's another thing into the thing we need to think about. Like I said, I don't know as much as he does, but that's what he said. That's what he said.
So then I would say that they sent up cameras on balloons, and we've seen in the past, if you send up a camera on a balloon, it'll show a flat horizon, as far up as the balloon goes, and then when it bounces up and down, then it'll create this effect where it looks like it's curved. Now it looks like it's concave, but then when you hold the camera still, it's a flat horizon. So I would need more than just some guy saying that at 40,000 feet you see it, because again, that directly is disagreed upon by another guy who claims Earth is a globe, Neil deGrasse Tyson, who says you'd have to be at least 100,000 feet up in the air. But see, I've had friends that told me I'm stupid, that they climbed mountains and could see the curve. And then I've even heard of people who believe in a globe say that when they go to the ocean, just standing on the ground, when they just look at the ocean horizon, that they see it curving. And so globers create the curve in their own head, and they truly believe that it's there. And they'll go as far as to say they see it from on top of a mountain or on top of a building. So it's it's akin to someone saying, I live in New York. I saw the planes hit the towers. People like to make themselves be a part of whatever it is, so that it's more realistic when they talk about it. So find someone who lives in New York City, and they'll tell you a story that on that day, when the planes hit the towers, that they saw it. So there's people out there who include themselves in, like, I was there in Las Vegas that day when the shots rang out. So I know it's real. Jake, my friend, was there running from the bullets, Jake. So I always look at hearsay and say, yeah, well, that hearsay doesn't match the rest of my investigation. See what I'm saying?
No,
so
I know.
I haven't been given the proof that the earth starts curving at 40,000 feet. So someone saying it ain't going to do it for me.
Well, I haven't seen it either, so I haven't gotten in a plane that high yet, so I don't know either. But what we can do, oh, and there's one more thing I want to talk to, one more thing beside until we get into the fun part. I noticed that when the football hits the upright, I noticed that it seems to be 100%. The flags that are waving, the pole that the ball doinks on, that flag seems to be sticking to the pole while the other one is waving, even in a slight breeze. I don't know if you noticed that, but it seems to be 100% that whatever side the ball doinks on that hits the pole, the flag on top of that pole is sticking to the pole while the other flag is waving. And the ball is going to the left, let's say, but the flag on the other pole is waving to the right. So can you say that the power of the kick is so strong it overcomes the wind? You can, but how can you account for the flag on the pole where it gets doinked on is sticking to the pole?
Well, you have to also consider that a lot of the stadiums are indoors where there is no wind, and then both are going to just sit. There isn't going to be any movement of the flag.
Well, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about there's a clear.
I have seen situations where what you're talking about, where the ball goes the opposite way of the wind,
right?
And I've seen it where one of the flags looks like it's like kind of wrapped around the pole and not moving.
Yeah, but the other one is right.
Yeah, so I know what you're talking. Basically, the ball didn't used to do all these wonky maneuvers in midair. It used to just always do like this thing. Like the kicker used to kick it straight on, and he would either miss it like this or kick it straight through. But it never went like to the right and then turned back left until they started using the tech. So once the technology was implicated is when you started seeing it head right for the pole or do a thing where it would turn left and then hook right or look like it's going in and then shoot way off to the side. So you start seeing the ball change direction in midair. It's because I think there's like a mechanical gyro. So I don't think it's purely magnetic. I think there's some sort of mechanical gyro so that they can get it to wildly flip and help it change direction in midair. So I think it's a combination of 3 different types of tech. I think there's a mechanical gyro type thing inside the ball, like an actuator, piston, mechanical thing. And then I think there's a missile guidance technology, military style missile guidance technology, where once the ball's kicked, now you can like steer it with like a remote control. And then that third technology is that attraction magnetic style fucking, like the NBA is using a very similar technology to make sure that the ball goes in the hoop or doesn't go in the hoop. So you're seeing the NBA and NFL both use a similar tech. So the camera looking thing that hangs above the field and is between the uprights, that somehow is like locking onto the ball, like it's a heat seeking missile type thing that they can control. So the kickers are just basically putting the ball in the air and then they don't even have control of it. So imagine if you're a kicker, your job is you put the ball in the air and then whoever is controlling it is either going to make it go in or miss.
Well, for sure we agree it's all manipulated.
Dude, there's so much money riding on those kicks that like, and you can influence the way people are going to bet on based on those kicks. So by having a guy miss 3 of those kicks in a row, you might bet that he's going to miss the 4th one. Oh, but then he nails the 4th run. And they'll have a guy hit one from 60 yards, but then miss from 30.
Well, no different than Stephon Curry hitting all those 3-pointers from way out there, like almost all the time. And his father was an NBA player. So somehow, for some reason, they picked him to be the star a light-skinned black guy, like what's his face, Mahomes, or like a Barack Obama, a light-skinned black guy. He's now the hero of a certain thing, whether it's politics or sports or whatever. I was like, yeah, the balls are manipulated. Then they get stuck on the rim or get stuck on top of the backboard. Now, like, come on, man, like whatever.
I got the Detroit Lions fan here. He says this every week. Detroit Lions devastate, baby. I tell him, dude, there's going to be that 1 week in the playoffs where the Lions are going to have too much money bet on them, and they're just not going to show up. Jared Goff's going to turn back into Jared Scoff.
Yeah, that's why Barry Sanders left, because he knows they're a joke.
I think come playoff time, the public's going to stick their money on Detroit as a sentimental favorite, and that's going to be the end of the road.
Yeah, Detroit's never won anything, and I don't think they ever will. There's no reason to. They don't bring enough money to the table like LA or New York.
All right.
Okay, you want to get into the fun stuff now?
Yeah, go ahead, and then I got to wrap it up here soon.
Well, we haven't done the Oompa Loompa music yet. We need to do that together. First time in history. The YouTuber and the guest. I mean, what do you call me? What do you call me? Follower. Yeah, does it together. Oompa Loompa music. Oompa Loompa. Oompa. We got to do that one together. You haven't done that in a while.
Why are we doing that? I'm confused.
Just because that's your song.
Oompa Loompa?
Yeah. That's what we call it.
I've never sang
the Mexican song.
Oh, that's not, see, you got me confused. Oompa Loompa, I'm thinking Willy Wonka.
No. That's what we call it too. But what's what we call it? Because it's Oompa.
No, the Mexican one, I know it now. I know what you're talking about. It's that's
it. Okay, well, you call it something else. That's what we call it.
Rino Yoche and Mayano, Digolone, Ariane, and Digolone, Digalo. Yeah, see, some Mexican gibberish. I think I froze you up. You guys, my Mexican gibberish song was so good. Cesario's fucking frozen with delight. Oh, there he goes. He unfroze.
You didn't catch me?
Was that good? Or should I do more?
Yeah, let me let you do your line, I'll do one after you. Let's go back and forth.
Go.
Este gringo está loco, este gringo no sabe español, este gringo es muy loco, and este YouTube is this show.
Yeah, my Spanish is so much better than yours.
That's what we love about it. You see, Jonah's laughing. Jonah's laughing. Jonah's laughing.
We can sing Police Nobby Schlong. Bum, bum, bum. Police Nobby Schlong. Police Nobby Schlong. You are my grandma and you're not my mom. What? What the fuck? I wanna wish you a viri vici. A motherfucking nice and creamy. I want to wish you the viri vici and I hope you suck my fucking cock. There you go.
That's a new one. That's a new one. Okay.
I made up my own version of Feliz Navidad.
That's a new one. That's a new one. That's good. We like it. We love it.
Want some more of it. Elmo needs a dick measuring.
Elmo was challenged to a dick measuring contest by Jowen, but Elmo does not have a dick to measure. So of course Jowen wants to measure my dick because Elmo doesn't have one and Jowen knows that he would win. That's why Jowen's a shill.
All right. There you go. Isn't that retarded?
You know they have a Mexican Elmo, right?
They do?
Yeah, he's on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. He's on TikTok. They have a Mexican Elmo. He's a cholo.
He's a cholo Elmo?
He's a cholo. He's a cholo. Yeah. He's a gangbanger.
I'm trying to wonder how a cholo Elmo would sound.
Oh, it's pretty funny.
Does it sound anything like Cheech?
I don't remember. It's been a while, but they got a cholo Elmo.
Hey, this is how Cholo Elmo sounds. I grew up on the east side of Sesame Street, Holmes. I grew up over there on the east side. You come over to the east side of Sesame Street. It's the wrong side of the tracks. Ese loco en la cabeza. This is Cholo Elmo.
All right. There you go. Chomo Elmo. All right. You got anything to say before I wrap up this stream?
No, I think I said it all for now. Maybe I'll get some new stuff for you.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for coming on with me. And next time I open up the panel, you're always welcome back, buddy.
Okay,
So,
man. I'll come up with some new stuff.
All right. And you're going to need some to get some more hardcore proof from your pilot friend.
Well, I don't know. I can only tell you what the instruments say. I don't know what other proof I can. He never said that the Earth was round. He just said that it just accounts for curvature. He didn't say anything about it being a globe. So, and then they also, so I also forgot. What about when you got a drop of water that turns into it's a bead? It doesn't lay flat. So how do we account for that?
Yeah, but that's a drop of water. What happens when you have a bowl full of water?
I know, but how does a drop of water become it doesn't flatten out, doesn't lay flat. One drop of water, it spheres out. See, how do we account for that?
Well,
See,
if it's sitting on a table, it's not a perfect sphere.
No, but it's still round, or
No,
not round. It's a spheroid. It's a spheroid. Like what's his face?
Well, then it's a glob. Yeah, but it's only like that in that tiny form, and so you can't, in any circumstance, take like the water and make it stick to a ball in any sort of circumstance. No matter what laboratory settings you have, you can't get it to stick to a ball. But you can take a little drop and then point at the drop and say the drop's round. But then I'll say, yeah, why don't you put several drops together inside of a shot glass, and then tell me what shape it is on top of the water surface. Then it lays flat. So you can only get it when you're talking about just
one drop. Sure. Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. All right, Cesario, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here soon. Thanks for hanging out with me, bro.
Thank you very much.
Cesario. All right. And so, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. We're almost going on 3 hours, and I am getting a bit tired and hungry. And Ralph probably wants to go out and go for a walk. So thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for all the super chats and all the questions, and anybody who's question or super chat, or not super chat, anyone whose message I didn't get to, I'll go back and watch the replay and read them all. So thank you, Andy, for coming on. And who else? Thank you for Holden for coming on. And this guy looks like somebody wants to get banned before I shut down. It says unsub. Okay. Well, guess what? If you're going to tell people to unsub, I'll just ban your stupid ass. How's that? There you go. All right, guys. So thanks for hanging out. And I will see you guys in the next stream or the next video, whichever comes first. And thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Peace.